Hey, what's going on YouTube? This your boy, Baby Boy, and today I'm going to bring you the last video of the Nioh 2 beta demonstration here for the gameplay. This is going to be the Phantom Yokai style, which is the last Yokai style that they have here in the beta, and I am going to go over how it works in this video. So, learning from my last two videos, we learned how the yokai system works and its basic simplicities, how the burst works, how the counters work, how the abilities work, how the spirit dictates how things operate when you're in yokai form, things of that nature there. So to kind of round off what I was saying in my last video about the pharaoh style, if you notice that the spirit icon here is purple, this indicates that you are using a phantom spirit. So I've also noticed that the spirits don't appear to be too element based. They seem to be just based on the yokai styles. So if you are still thinking of the element system, it still may be there. It's just that I can't call it. So for now, let's just keep it simplistic and just say that the spirits dictate your yokai styles. There is no element per se, even though the colors seem to indicate otherwise. So the Phantom style is by far my favorite, and I am going to show you why. It is amazing in what you can do in this form. So again, each burst attack is different. So as you can see with Phantom, it's a straight up counter. You have to wait to get hit. If you do it too late, you just block it. If you do it early enough, then you do the thing. So just like Pharaoh, you have to wait until you get hit in order to activate it. So I'm gonna clear this up. So here is what it looks like when you are not in combat. So as you can see, you just flash your weapon in front of you with a small shield, and you are essentially reflecting that damage back onto your opponent. You do not take damage at all using this particular yokai style. And yeah, so this is how this works. It works just like the other ones. Great timing yields the counter, and this is essentially what it looks like. So we're gonna move on to the next one, which is the fun part. So I'm gonna quickly kill this guy. Again, there seems to be a little bit of tracking on your yokai abilities attacks, which is good. So now we get to use the fun yokai style. I love it. Okay, so a few things to note here. In the Phantom style, you float. This is how you move around, which I was already sold on. And so you hold down sprint, you just do a quicker little levitating dash. And so we're gonna go over how the attacks look in a minute. So let's do this. So notice that that first attack that I sent out missed, but the spirit killed the demon there. So that's essentially how that works. You can whiff the first attack, but your spirit cleans up the rest. Also notice that some of your body proportions are missing here. Notice that you don't have any arms. So we're gonna get into the attacks. I gotta show you the attacks. These are amazing. So notice that you have a double-bladed sword here. Watch this. So that's pressing square once. So the startup is a little slow, but essentially what you do is you throw your sword out in front of you and it spins, and it looks like it's about maybe 5 feet away from you. So that's good for controlling space. So then if you continue, you spin it out further, but it's at a different angle. So then it comes back, and then if you finish the combo, so you send it out further, but it does a bunch of different attacks horizontally, and then it spins upward, and then it comes back to you. So for triangle, this is what it looks like when you hold it down. And that is why I am using this style. Look how beautiful this looks. Not to mention, you are using two hands to spin your sword. This is some real Naruto Shippuden stuff here. Like, just look at this. Look at this. And so, of course, when you release it, this is what happens. They just go out, they spin outward, and that's all you get. And then, if you notice that towards the end of the animation there, you get a demon wheel, and then it forms back into the sword. So this is how it looks like when you don't really charge it up. You just throw it out, nothing major. So this is the whole triangle combo. So notice that it pushes you back. As you can see, the Phantom Yokai style is range. You're meant to be far away from your opponent as possible. So I'm gonna sheath my sword here, and we're gonna go on to the next part. And so the grapple for the Phantom style is amazing. Watch this. Yeah, you more than kill your opponent by impaling him with 4 swords. That's just amazing. So we're gonna get into the other parts in a minute here that make it interesting. And also notice that when your sword is not being used, it floats behind you. So for those that played Nioh 1, you will remember the range system that they have. They have rifles, bows, cannons, things of that nature there. It makes a return in this particular yokai style. In this style, you can actually throw your weapon, and that is called Blood Moon. And then while performing a quick attack, you can execute the opposing attack. That's kind of what it is. This is essentially just you throwing your weapon, not over the top as it shows in the video. It's just cool to do. And then notice in the video that when you throw your weapon, you teleport to where your weapon is. That is a great way to follow up with a combo after you've stunned your opponent with this ability. So again, you just want to aim. So they might need to work on the visibility here. It's not that great, but again, you want to use this when you definitely have the shot. See, the flowy bits are in the way here. So this is but the potential con with it is just that the flowy bits are in the way. And notice that you can dodge, but it's not preferred. It's not recommended that you do that. Just dodge, then get into position to aim. So we're gonna aim and press R2. So when you miss, you do not get the teleportation. It's on the hit, you get it. See? So I actually missed it the first time I did this. So of course you can't really do anything against a yokai like this, but that's not the point. So of course this is just in training, so I'm not gonna do that. So as you can see, the burst attacks for the yokai is vastly different. Some are slower, some are quicker, so you have to get that timing down. But in some cases, it's better to just avoid them if you can. Kill this thing. So that is essentially the Phantom yokai style. I am definitely using this when I get the real game. I just cannot believe that they actually put something that cool in the game. So If this has sold you on the Phantom style, please just say that I told you so. It is amazing. So again, the Phantom style is for more of a tactical ranged approach. The Brute is the more in your face approach, and the Feral has a little bit of both, but it's definitely not ranged. It's more so get in, get out kind of thing. So with that being said, I am going to conclude this video here, and I will be sharing some overall gameplay later of the overall systems kind of flowing without the dojo being present. And also, if you're playing the beta, go to the dojo and go to the training grounds. There you can spawn different type of enemies to practice against. That's better than doing a training mode here where you can't really, there's no penalties here, but in the training ground there are some penalties for not doing stuff right, and you can really get a sense of how things work and just work on your pairing against various different enemies. That's what I would recommend people do before they actually start playing the beta. Unless you just want to go for it, by all means do that. But if you really want to get the muscle memory for the new mechanics, do that. And I'll holler at you later. Peace.